Good morning and welcome back, everybody, to something new, something a little bit fresher than usual, I'm hoping. Been asked a little bit about the Caesar 3 stuff, and it gets a little bit repetitive, but I wanted to really keep up doing the channel, and I wanted to keep up doing Rome content, of course. I know a lot of people are here because they enjoy the Roman history and the kind of the games revolving around Rome, and I went back and forth between a few titles. You know, I was thinking about doing Expeditions and a couple other Rome games, but Rome 2, Total War Rome 2, kind of kept cropping back into my mind. Now, I've played this game quite a bit, specifically the special campaigns, the story campaigns here. These are by far my favorite aspect of Rome 2. I'm not a big fan of the Grand Campaign. I think Total War Warhammer does the Grand Campaign just so much better, just the mechanics. I mean, it's a much newer game. It's had a long time to figure out certain mechanics, but as for the story campaigns, like the individual like historical eras and the figures you're playing as, I think these are very well done. They're very fun. And so I thought I would do a Caesar and Gaul campaign with you guys. This is probably my favorite campaign in Rome 2 for two reasons. One, because I like campaigns that are very focused, that kind of have a clear objective of what you're trying to do, where you're going, a clear historical perspective. You know what I mean? Everybody knows the Gallic War. If you're a Roman history fan, the Gallic War is probably one of the wars you might know the most about because of Julius Caesar's writings that have been preserved through history. You know, we have such a fantastic idea of, you know, what happened when and why. It really is a blessing for all of us living in the modern era to have such a wonderful record of history, and games like Rome 2 let us bring it to life and kind of play it out. Of course, it doesn't work in the same sense, you know what I mean? You're not going to be playing it exactly how it happened, but it gives you a little taste. It's a little bit of fun. I have completed this campaign on Legendary. I think I've completed all the campaigns on Legendary difficulty. I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm just going to be playing on hard, for just so I can talk a little bit more and go through it. Legendary, especially for Caesar and Gaul, has a couple of player traps that I think are kind of funny. I've lost a few campaigns to these, and I'll talk about them as we get in there. But for now, we're just gonna be doing hard. We're gonna be playing as Rome, of course. Wouldn't be caught dead playing as a Gallic faction, that's for sure. And we're gonna be we're gonna be doing our best to lead Caesar through the Gallic wilderness, and to bring the light of civilization to the barbarian tribes of Gaul. So with that being said, we have our settings pretty much ready to go. We have Rome selected. We are on hard difficulty here, which I think it's interesting that hard is kind of like the center difficulty here. Normal is on the easier side, and of course you have easy. Then legendary at the top. But yeah, we're going to be doing hard, and we have our bonuses, our objectives. So we have to control 28 settlements, either through direct ownership or client states, or military allies, and then completely controls the following 6 provinces. So that's Insubria, Liguria, Narbonensis, Gergovia, Lutetia, and Pictavus. Maintain any units in total as well. Alright, I think we're ready to go, so let's get started. Such an exciting campaign. We're going to watch the intro video here in a second. And, you know, there's so many reasons. The other campaigns, of course, are very good. I like the Empire Divided campaign. I think that one does a really good job, especially if you're playing as Aurelian. Oh, man. Like, everything is so hectic, and you're having to make sacrifices. Like, you're supposed to lose what you're starting out with, I think, as Aurelian. It's really important to understand that you're not going to save everything. All right, here we go.
The Gauls. They would rather lie slain in battle than lose the freedom gained by their forefathers. My legions march north. The nights grow long and the wolf grows hungry. Rome demands blood. I will be outnumbered. The valor of my men stretched to breaking. The enemy? Merciless. The Senate expects defeat. Yet the goddess Fortuna favors the bold. They must be divided, scattered, conquered. I will trade their blood for power.
All right.
As I cross Transalpina, my course of action is clear. The Helvetii must be stopped before they can migrate into Greater Gaul. Their Sequani allies do not concern me, beset as they are by Suebi forces, although the Germans could become a serious threat if allowed to cross the Rhine en masse. By befriending us, tribes such as the Aedui have drawn the ire of their fellow Gauls. For their own safety, they will submit utterly to Roman protection, as did the Vocontii before them. I will seize our mutual enemies' territories and resources, for the good of Rome and her allies, of course. And by my hand, Gaul will be subdued.
Alright, objective issue. All of Gaul is divided. So, that's a nice little Easter egg as to Caesar's very first words in the Gallic War. It said, all of Gaul is divided into three. That's literally Caesar's first sentence in the Gallic War. So Gallia est omnis divisa. Yeah, I think that's the actual quote is Gallia est omnis divisa in partes tres. Right, it's divided into three. But you get the idea. So you stand on the precipice of greatness. Beyond the Alps lie the foothills of Gaul. Your conquest should begin there. Completely control 3 provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. I'll get 2,500 denarii for doing that. Sick. Okay. So we've got Caesar here, but before we get too into it, let's just kind of move around and see what we got. So we have a hold on, of course, Cisalpine Gaul. So this is the first of Caesar's provinces here. And we have in northern Italy, so we have complete control. We have Genoa, Pollentia, Vercellum, and Medlon, or Milan. Mediolanum, as it will become. It's got kind of a few names. Our Greek allies are in Massalia here, and they're just kind of holding down the fort. And we have Narbo here, but of course the Gauls have everything else in the province of Narbonensis. So Narbonensis. There we go. We did it. We got there. And we do have a token force here as well. We have the first here, Legio I Gallica. So amazing. And Caesar is wandering around in the Alps near, I guess this is supposed to be Lake Lemanus. Now, historically, this is a little kind of right and kind of wrong. The Alpine tribes were not the Helvetii. So in 58 BC, the outbreak of the Gallic War started with a great migration of a tribe called the Helvetii. And the Helvetii were up to kind of in this area here. North of the Alps, south of the Jura mountain range, west of the Rhine, east of Lake Lemanus. This is like their territory. The Alpine tribes were completely different. They weren't involved in this. They were problematic, and we can talk about them later. So what happened was, and I'm gonna be yapping, so I hope you guys enjoy the history as we go through this campaign, is there was a leader of the Helvetii tribe, and his name was Orgetorix. And Orgetorix was very powerful. He was very rich, and he had contacts in the Aedui and a few other tribes, like the Tigerini, the Roriki, a couple others. And they basically came up with an idea that said, all right, why don't we all pick up everything, like literally uproot our entire tribe and civilization, build a caravan, and we're going to march west, as in kind of, I think they wanted to go right about here. if I can zoom out on the map. So it would have been in the land of the Pictavis here. This is around where they were trying to go. So part of the reason they wanted to do this is this area, so you're seeing it here, Helvetia, is very locked in by natural boundaries. We just talked about them. So the Rhine, the Jura Mountains, Lake Lemanus, which borders into the Roman provinces, the Alps in the south. The Helvetii weren't really able to move easily. They weren't able to expand. They had a kind of a, even though their land was very good, they weren't satisfied with it, and Orgetorix wanted more. Now, Orgetorix's kind of behind-the-scenes dealings with the other tribes got found out, and he was killed. But the Helvetii, the leaders of the Helvetii, still liked the idea of migrating west. And so in 58, they kick off their plan. They had been saving for a few years. They had, kept a bunch of crops in storage. They had every man burn down their homes, their villages, everything they had, and they started moving. Now, there were two ways they could have gone. They could have gone north through the lands of the Sequani, through Mount Jura, except Caesar tells us that this route would have been dangerous because the mountain passes were extremely narrow, such as they would have to basically have gone like with their carts in single file, and that would have left them obviously very exposed. The second route was through Lake Lemanus, this way, down through the Rhone River. And even though this isn't ours right now in the game, the Allobroges, this territory up here, this is our, sorry, over here. These were Roman allies here. They were subdued, so this was part of the Roman sphere of influence. So Rome, the actual governor of Transalpine Gaul here, had an agreement that said if, the Roman allies here, so like the Aedui, the Allobroges here, the Vacanti, were under attack, they were under obligation to go and help them. Now, that didn't always happen, but that's what they were supposed to do. And so that's kind of the short version of what's going on here. Now, of course, in the game, we're marching towards Octodurus, which is in the Alps, which is not a Helvetii settlement at all, but whatever, who cares? So let's get going. First, let's go ahead and look over here at what we have. So in Milan, we have a farm. We have Vercellum over here. We have a, what is this? A public forum giving us public order here, which I might get rid of. I'm not sure. We have, of course, our buildings here. You can get your civil colonias here in Italy. Italy isn't really under a major threat most of the time. So you don't have to worry about, putting garrison buildings here or having, like, large armies sit and defend. You're usually fine. Liguria, this is your capital, by the way, so Genoa, this is your main city. And then Pollentia here is a farming settlement, so that's good to know. We can actually give edicts here. So we have Romanization, which we don't need. A commercial stimulation, so this is 20% wealth from all commerce buildings, reduces slave decline. Bread and games, and we have tax harvesting. I think we can do tax harvesting here for maybe, let's do commercial stimulation here. Just so we have our edict set up. That's right, we do start with a spy. So let's go ahead and send her up. Now, this army here is a big question. If you're playing on Legendary, Narbo is kind of a trap. Even though you start with an army here and you might be tempted to, like, make use of it, it's on hard you could probably get away with it. You could defend this. You can work it out. But Narbo, your income is 100 denarii. I mean, it's not really a valuable settlement. And realistically on Legendary, you're going to want these guys to come over here and support Caesar so you can be moving north. This is where the action's happening early on, but then this will start to degrade pretty quickly. But that being said, if you lose Narbo, you still have all your allies here kind of buffering Italy from attack here, so you're never really under, like, immediate threat. Maybe some people have gotten some playthroughs where, the Tolosa or the other tribes here start massively going east, but I've never had that. So we'll see. We'll leave it here for now. But if you're playing on, actually no, let's move it to these. It just feels wrong to have an army sit here, just kind of wasting money. If you're playing on on Legendary, I suggest 100% abandoning this. Like, Narbo, even though it might pain your Roman soul to do that, it's not worth just fighting it out here. You don't want to split your forces, and because you're gonna end up at war with everybody here and everybody here, you're gonna be split in half, and it's just not worth it. Let's go to our tech real quick. So we have nothing researched at all here. So let's start with our blue side, and we're gonna adopt Mark Antony. These cost money, but that's okay. So that's only gonna take one turn. By the way, we have 2,000 denarii, an income of 1799, 12 food, so we're pretty good on food. And it is the spring of 58. So let's take Caesar. Caesar starts out with a pretty decent army here. He's got quite a few legionaries. They're very strong. Very good early and mid and late game units, to be honest. These things can hold up pretty well. We've got a couple of Celtic auxiliaries, a light horse here, a couple skirmishers here, not too big. And then we have our artillery. We have a ballista and an onager here. So that's Caesar's forces. He starts out 16 out of 20, which is pretty good. So this is our first opponent. He should run. Yep, there he goes. He always runs away. And I'm going to just march straight to Octodurus here. Can't get there in one turn, but that's okay. Alright. It says Octoduran, and in Caesar's book it's Octodurus. It's don't trip over yourself with it too much. Is there anything I really want to upgrade here right away? Again, we only have 2 grand. I kind of want to get the harbor here for the wealth here, the maritime commerce. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. Alright, and let's go to our diplomacy. It's so easy to forget this, but you want to get some trade agreements here. So, obviously, you start out a war with the Helvetii. The Tulingi usually declare war on you pretty soon. The Sequani are kind of, they're dealing with their own issues. The Suebi are up here. The Suebi are the Germans, by the way. You can see the Remi, but the Remi almost always die very early, which is kind of sad, because the Remi were one of Caesar's greatest allies in the Gallic War, but we'll talk about that later. You got the Arverni, and then you have all the subhumans of the west over here. So let's see what we can get here. We already have a trade agreement with Massilia here, so this is good. I don't think there's any...
I am honored to greet such an ambassador of such worthy people.
I'm sure you are.
My
Military
ears
alliance, cancel trade.
tingle with anticipation.
You talk too much, Greek man. Okay. Let's go to the Allobroges here. Can we get a trade agreement?
Friend. We will speak
Moderate. Yeah, okay, cool. That's one. The Ruteni is usually not gonna
to you.
work here. Yeah, that's low. The Tulingi are cooked, and then the Vacanti, the Volcae, yeah, we're not gonna get anything from there. The Vacanti are a client state. Now, a big annoying thing that can happen in Rome too, especially, well, in Caesar and Gaul, is the Vacanti and Massilia, for some reason, always end up going to war with each other, and this is like the dumbest thing that happens all the time. It's always these two. Always. And I don't know what it is with the Greeks and the Vacanti, but they hate each other. Hopefully it doesn't happen this time, but we'll see. Right.
Greetings. Now speak plain.
Okay, they're rejected, despite being our client state. Rip. Okay, that is what it is. So, let's go ahead and move... Oh, we already moved this. These guys are taking attrition because they're in the mountains. It's a very small army. And I think we can go ahead and end our first turn here. We did our diplomacy. And yeah, let's go. Got my nice iced coffee here this morning.
We live for battle. We dream of it. We
All
relish
right.
it as others do a fat goose. And you look plump.
So this is the first player trap that got me when I was doing my legendary playthrough of this. Getting your allies involved in your wars in Rome 2, in Caesar and Gaul, is the hugest pitfall. Like, it is a trap. These people, your AI allies, are dumb as hell. They will just march around, they'll get their armies killed, and then they'll die randomly, and then all of a sudden you'll have enemies at the gate. So, I never call my allies to help anymore in Caesar and Gaul. They are too stupid. I remember one time, we got Mark Antony adopted here, nice. One time I got Massilia involved in a war against, I think it was Segedunum, it was these guys over here, the Ruteni. They ended up, like, I think the Ruteni like took Narbo, right? And so Massilia takes. They were at war with, of course, my vassal state, the Vacanti. So they beat the Vacanti. They moved down. They took Narbo, and I'm like, oh, these guys are doing pretty good. They come up to Tolosa. They take Tolosa, but of course they lose like their entire army doing it. And then 3 armies show up, and they lose everything, and they lose Massilia within like 3 turns. They lost the whole shebang. They were just out of the game. It was pathetic. So I'm just like, you know what? You guys just stay there and mind your own business from now on. I don't want anything to do with you. Just provide me money and trade agreements, and we'll just call it at that. Alright, let's go to Octodurus here, so we can sabotage the settlement here. We can get reconnaissance. I'm just going to do this so we can level up our spy. Hopefully she doesn't get injured. I have very bad luck with this. Failed, okay.
I apologize for my failure.
Alright, that is what it is. And because there's no garrison here, we should be able to just auto-resolve this. Yeah, this is kind of... I really don't like siege battles in Rome 2. I think no one really does, but we can auto-resolve this, that's fine. 82, 83. I'm so used to the Total War Warhammer auto-resolve now. I kind of forget how this goes. Alright, we stabbed him in the throat. I've been streaming a lot of Total War recently. I think I'm becoming gradually a Total War content creator. A Warhammer, specifically Warhammer content creator. It actually feels good. Alright, we took a little bit of damage on the boys, but that's okay, and everybody's at least in the yellow. And we're going to go ahead and occupy Octodurus here. This is going to become our Alpine fortress here. It's very important to defend our lands. Let's go ahead and... Okay, I can't do that yet. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's try to get rid of these. Caesar, you can stay here for a turn. Hopefully you can heal up a little bit. Let's go to our tech. Alright, so the next tech I usually get as the Romans, I think, is this one. So it's minus 20% political technology cost. So you want to get this first, obviously, so everything you get after this is cheaper. It does cost 2,000, so you're going to be a little bit poor for the early game, but I promise you it is worth it. So we're going to select that. Let's go back to our diplomacy here. And, sorry, it's just looking at my timer here. For some reason I thought... OBS was messing up. Okay, I think we're fine. Alright, let's see if the Vacanti will trade with us now.
Glad to listen to your offers.
Nope, that's still a negative. But it is what it is. Okay, Pollentia and Versalem. So we're going to move these guys up to... I don't know if we're going to really want to add more troops in here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the legionaries to Caesar. I'm going to transfer most of the guys over here just so Caesar has a full stack right to start. And then this guy, we'll just keep him back and then recruit as we get the money. I think that probably sounds okay. We could get another spy here if we wanted. I kind of don't want to quite yet. Plenty of food. Economy is everything in this game. That's a Total War staple. You should always be thinking about your economy, but... That's what you want to get started early. Okay, Caesar leveled up here, so we can get him a skill. The purple tree is always, I think, the right choice for every army here. It's just you want the campaign movement. It's so nice to have armies that can have big movement range in this campaign so you can react, especially because Rome's kind of crisis, not endgame, but it's like a mid-game crisis, really requires some fast response, so we're going to be doing that. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn.
Our joint enemies would tremble if we were your allies. Your strength, our wisdom, together would achieve great things.
So a defensive alliance with Massilia is probably okay. But like I said, these guys can declare war on these guys. We don't really want to be getting involved with our allies' wars because we don't know who they're going to declare a war on and when. So I'm actually going to reject it. There's never really a point where we're going to be at war with Massilia unless you're really wanting to take the province right there, but I try to avoid that personally. But yeah. Okay, our research is complete. That's good. Let's go to our research. So everything's slightly cheaper now. Okay, so mobilize troops enables the recruitment of rank 1 champions, which is nice, and it gets you our manipulator barracks, level 2, or level 2 barracks. This is just plus 2 public order for all provinces. On legendary, actually go for this pretty early because you get a pretty significant public order debuff on legendary, which is a bit annoying. Land management gives you just instant 3 food, and then the farms, and then over here, which way do I want to go with this? Blacksmith. We are going to be getting a blacksmith fairly soon, which is nice. Minus 10% non-mercenary unit recruitment cost. This is actually pretty non-mercenary because you don't really use too many mercenaries except for maybe cavalry here and some archers. And then plus 5 for morale, textiles. Okay, let's go ahead and get the, let's go ahead and get this one. Again, we're spending a bit of money here, but that's okay. Where is my guy? All right, here he is. Let's get him up here. Caesar. Caesar, my man. My good man. By the way, these guys declared war on us. Sometimes they come in through this way, but usually it's not too much of an issue. So let's just start marching over here. I do want to put them in a camp just so we heal up a little bit further. So we'll go into fortify. And fortify is kind of the key of winning battles in Caesar and Gaul. Just, they will attack fortified settlements. We're gonna switch this to a city. Let's get an aqueduct, and I don't have money to get this turn. That's fine.
My skills.
Let's move our spy down this way. We'll see what the Helvetii do. Sometimes the Helvetii like attack to the north, and but sometimes they just run into you. So it can be kind of weird with the Helvetii, but we'll find out. They're not really a threat. You know, in reality, what happened is the Helvetii came to Lake Lemnos, and Caesar had rushed. He was in Italy when this was starting, and he was like, oh, and he got the message that the migration was on the way, and he was like, oh crap. So he rushed up to the province, and this province only had 1 legion, so he was trying to hold a levy of troops. He's trying to get reinforcements, and this was their entire civilization moving. By the way, this is like hundreds of thousands of people. And so they come to like Lemnos and the Rhone, and Caesar, they ask Caesar permission to pass, and Caesar's like, dude, we got to get some defenses up, because if I say no, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, he was gonna say no to him, because he did not want hundreds of thousands of barbarians to be moving through Roman lands. It's a no-brainer right there. And if you question that, then I question your intelligence. But the Caesar said, you know, oh, I have to consult with the Senate. He made up some excuse, right? And he's like, I'll get back to you in a couple weeks. You guys just stay right there. And so he used that time to build up some defenses. And he came back to him. He's like, okay, no, you guys can't come through here. Like, go back. Go do whatever you're going to do. And so some of them got mad, of course. You know, when the carrot doesn't work, they bring out the stick. So they started trying to cross without permission. And, of course, they got rebuffed by the legion and the defense works that were made. And then eventually the Helvetii had to give up going this way, and they had to settle going through their second route, their second option, which was through the Jura Mountains up toward the Sequani tribe, so up this way. And then they would go around like this. Of course, they ended up attacking Roman allies, just like Caesar knew, but that's a different story. Okay, so we have Caesar recruiting here. Let's see if we can get a trade agreement. Oh yeah, I don't have one of you guys.
Welcome, worthy friend.
Defensive alliance with the Aedui. I do not want to do that.
My people looked for feast tonight. The gods will have me listen to you.
Okay, that's what it is.
We hunger for battle.
Hopefully next turn the snows melt here. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Okay, let's end the turn. Ooh, they're coming at me. Peace negotiated between the Volcae and Massilia. That's rare. Usually these guys keep going. Alright, our tech is now ready to go. These guys are going to take a little bit of damage, but I'd rather have them ready to go.
At your service.
Let's try to sabotage these guys.
They will never know I was there.
Nice, okay, successful, very good.
Success is all I want.
And let's get... because we're a little bit poor here, so I don't want to get a blue line. I'm going to get a red line. I'm going to get the land management here. And let's get the suburbs.
We hunger for battle. Ready for battle.
Are we in range of Mr. Helvetii man here? I think we are.
For death and honor!
Yeah, we're ambushing him. He was in forced march stance in the middle of the mountains. We don't even have to fight this one out. So this was, this doesn't usually happen. He doesn't usually come in. It happens sometimes. Okay, we can release the captives, we can enslave them, or we can kill them. Let's go ahead and get the slaves. I'm a big advocate of slavery in this game. The slave economy is very nice. So we shall do that. We only have 396 denarii here. Narbo is chillin', that's fine. I could get rid of this, but whatever. And yeah, I think we're okay. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Oh, never mind. I'm glad it lets me know that people have leveled up, because I always forget. Okay, Miss Strabo here. I'm going to get her Specialist, so this gives her 5% chance of success in all actions against enemy agents in generals, and -1 to attributes for an agent that has been misdirected, which is nice. Let's get her that. And for the Legion, let's get it, weapon damage inflicted by army units here. I think that's fine. We're going to be using legionaries. Heavy infantry is the Roman way, so that's what we will stick with. That was a very fast turn.
How can I be of assistance?
Okay, I don't see the enemy moving in, so let's move forward with Strabo here.
My work is done.
Okay, nothing there.
At your command.
These guys took a little bit of damage, but it's not too terrible. Let's get him up here. And then next turn he should be able to
Commander.
reinforce Caesar.
Make haste, men.
Move Caesar up.
Is that all?
Okay. So Octoduran is leveling up nicely. And then these guys... 2,700, so this gives me 200 wealth from substance plus 6% wealth from all sources. This would be 300 wealth and 8% wealth from all sources here. A little bit more growth, which is pretty good. Do I want to get that right now? Water tank isn't bad here because we have Pollentia, which is a farming settlement. So you'll get extra wealth from the agriculture, which is pretty good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the water tank here. Milan. Kind of want to get rid of this, to be honest. I kind of want to get an aqueduct here just so we can have a clean city. Yeah, let's do that. Octodurus is just doing Octodurus things. Octodurus' second settlement is Turicum, so it's this, so we want to take that next. Unhappy populace in Helvetia, that's, yeah, we just took this, so that's normal. It's par for the course. Alright, let's see if we can get trade agreements here.
Welcome. We will talk and then we will...
Rejected.
You speak from deep wisdom, although the... We will gladly listen to your offers.
Doesn't hurt to try. So let's go ahead and move on. These turns go by so fast. Tribal Confederation already. Who was it? The Helvetii made the Celtic Confederation. Okay, so they must have joined with the Turicum, yeah, the Telingi. Alright. Still nothing going on over here. Usually these guys have declared war on me by now, so I'm slightly concerned, but it's okay. Our money situation is looking quite a bit better. Plus 10% wealth from substance is pretty nice. Public order. Minus 5% land unit recruitment cost, which is nice. Plus 10% movement speed of all units. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive than usual.
Swift and silent.
Okay, we do have an enemy here. We got two. We've got kind of half stacks here.
We hunger for battle.
So let's take this guy out of forced march. Let's give his units to Caesar. Do that. This makes Caesar a full stack here. And Mr. Regulus here, we're going to move him back to Octoduran. And Caesar did take some movement to penalty to get those troops. So he's not moving as far as he could, but that's okay. He has a big old stack now, which should be able to handle pretty much anything they throw at him. And legionaries are just very powerful in the early game. Very, very powerful. They are wonderful to have. Alright, and let's go ahead and build up our civil colonia here. And I'm actually going to get my level 2 settlement here as well. It's going to make us kind of poor here for a turn, but I'm okay with that. And let's check our diplomacy. Let's see who's getting angrier at us here. So the Vacanti and Massilia are kind of indifferent. Allobroges and Adui are friendly, and then everyone over here is just a powder keg waiting to explode. That is what it is. Did they take this? No, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, Roricon, this is still the Suebi here. Suebi are interesting. So the Suebi is the name of the primary German tribe that had crossed the Rhine. And I'm gonna go into history mode here as we end a turn. So, before Caesar was proconsul,
the sword was drawn, but now it's bloody.
They want to make a peace treaty. Never take that. You want to get the province. Before Caesar was proconsul, and proconsul is the governor, so essentially how the Roman Senate worked is after you were a consul, which was like their president, right? They had 2 consuls a year, so it's like having 2 presidents a year. You would get awarded a province, or sometimes multiple provinces, and in Caesar's case he got 3, which was pretty unheard of. You would become a governor, like a provincial governor. And what that was called was a proconsul. Now, Caesar, before he was proconsul, before he was in consul, was a bit aware of the situation. He was aware of the Germans here, but it was also kind of out of his jurisdiction. Now, what had happened is, in Gaul, let's take a look at our lovely map here, even though some of it's grayed out. Remember what we said at the beginning? Gaul is divided into 3. The 3 parts of Gaul were Aquitania here. You can actually see Aquitania right here, but it's a little bit wider and bigger than this. You had Celtica, or the Celts, the Gauls, which was the center here, including the Helvetii. Helvetii were Celts, they were Gauls. And then you had the Belgae, and the Belgae were up here. These were the 3 main components of Gaul, the 3 races, nationalities, whatever you want to call them. Now, of course, that gets subdivided into different tribes and so on and so forth, but that was Gaul. From the Roman perspective, it was 3 zones, essentially, 3 races, and they all differed between their languages, their laws, and their customs. That's what Caesar tells us. Now, the Belgae might make war on the Gauls, or vice versa, but the Gauls often will make war on other Gauls, right? They're tribal people. This is how barbarians work. And in Celtica, or in Gaul, so the central part here, the 2 most powerful tribes were the Aedui, which is the Roman ally, and the Arverni, which this is the tribe where Vercingetorix is from. So if you know about the siege of Alesia, where Caesar built 2 walls, he was fighting Vercingetorix, and Vercingetorix was of the Arverni tribe. So in a few years before Caesar ever even got involved in this, the Arverni and Aedui went to war. And one of the Arverni's allies were the Sequani. So Sequani are up here. And in order to get the upper hand over the Aedui, what the Sequani did is they went over the Rhine and they approached a German king named Ariovistus. And they said, hey, we want to hire you to come help us out in this war. And we'll pay you well, and we'll give you some rewards for it. So Ariovistus was like, yeah, it's a good idea. So the Germans cross the Rhine. They enter into the war on the side of the Sequani, and they defeat the Aedui. So the Aedui massively lose their lands, their prestige. The Sequani expand a lot. The Arverni kind of become the dominant power in the region. But Ariovistus says, you know, I kind of like it here. I don't want to leave. So he has this huge army still, and he's like, I'm going to take over this area, and you guys are now my clients. And so the Sequani get backstabbed by the very mercenaries that they hired. So the Sequani lose a third of their land. The Aedui and a lot of the other surrounding tribes are forced to surrender hostages to the Germans and Ariovistus, whom he tortures, treats very badly. And so the presence of Ariovistus becomes kind of an increasing problem for the locals, both in Gaul and in the Belgae here, right? Even tribes, I gotta sneeze, excuse me, such as the Treveri, which were up here, sent envoys to Caesar saying, hey, this is getting problematic. We need to sort this out. So Caesar, of course, eventually went to war with Ariovistus after trying to negotiate with him for a while, and those negotiations failed. So your campaign here kind of takes a natural route, like through this way, through 58 BC, which I think is kind of fun, because the Suebi are present kind of a good next target. And then things start blowing up all over Gaul when people realize that you have, like, 4 provinces, but we'll get to that later. I know I'm yapping. Okay. Let's go ahead and move into enemy territory here. Oops. Let's see if we can sabotage more attacks here.
I do enjoy a little sabotage.
There we go. Successful. Very good.
Succeeding is
Happy to see it. And we are going to send you, my friend. Let's just forced march you back here. This is going to help with the public order a little bit by having them in the city. It's still pretty bad, but it could be worse. Alright, and we have the ability to get this now. Still upgrading our buildings here, so we're not going to worry about that. Caesar should be... I don't think he's going to be able to attack next turn. It's kind of hard moving through this area, but hopefully he will. If not, we'll be right in their doorstep. Their army might have moved out this way, actually, which is foolish of them, but whatever. I don't care. They're going to start taking attrition once we take their city. And then we'll move up in the north. So let's go ahead and check upgrades for Domitia. Let's just upgrade this again. What did she get? She got criminal here. So that gets her, it gets her a bit cheaper actions, which isn't bad. We do want to get, what are they called? Not the priests. Oh, shucks. What are you nerds called? Dignitaries? Yes. Okay, we can get them now. Let's grab a dignitary. I'm going to actually get him here first. Dignitaries are very important for getting money. Again, you want money. Money is good. Money is great. Let's see. Let's get... You guys are all the same cost. We're going to get young Caesar's cousin here, the other Caesar. So let's put him over here, and we'll deploy him next turn.
Greetings, friend.
Trade.
I've called for good.
Okay,
I cannot.
Alright. I see how it is. They are coming towards our land. Okay. Mission issued. Defeat the glory of Epona, which is these guys. Okay. Is Caesar in range? Oh, he's so close. He's so close.
My skills are yours.
Let's just keep trying to sabotage this guy.
And mayhem. I am so.
We're still -8. Do I really want to... He might turn back to help his friends next turn. We'll see. Alright. Speaking of friends, Milan. Lovely Milan here.
How can I serve Rome?
Okay, let's deploy this guy first.
Bring me the ledgers. I will look over them.
Let's go ahead and upgrade this. Usually he doesn't march south. But we'll see. It'd be interesting if they actually attack me here. We'll see. Oh, wow, he actually did. Rebellion imminent in Helvetia, yep. Ooh, this guy ran away. He must have run over here, yeah?
As you command.
There he is.
All work.
Let them cower before Rome.
Okay. Usually I don't auto-resolve this much in the early game because there's some fights that are a little bit more challenging. We're you know, probably gonna take some losses, but this time their armies keep running away.
Ready for battle.
Go ahead and occupy Turkham. Okay, this puts us at minus 25. It's not the best. Okay, this is fine here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna... Let's get rid of this, and then we'll get a, something for public order here. Alright. I'm gonna get you over here.
Your next command.
These guys are taking attrition now because they don't have a city. And they're in range of this, but they're in force march, so I don't think they're actually in range. This is the first time this has happened. They always turn back and try to go to Turkham again. It's very interesting. We are going to have a rebellion next turn. I don't think, even if I turn off taxes here... It's pretty much inevitable. Yeah, it is inevitable. Because that wouldn't take effect until next turn. Okay, let's get Romanization. Let's start replacing the local populace here with the loyal Romans. And we'll have a rebellion, but that is what it is. You guys want to trade yet?
Good pork roasting for you, and better ale.
Okay, we are at
meat
high.
set aside. But first, we talk.
Can we extort him? Okay, yeah, they'll still give me 420. Okay, that's good.
Words were heard in good faith then. You have proved worthy with this acceptance.
Vacanti and Massilia are at war. Because why not? Why not? So I'm assuming Vacanti declared war on Massilia.
You are welcome, although my ancestors.
So they'll
and
probably
people
die,
expect
but
talk
I
of
want to see if I
purpose
can get
and
some
honesty.
money from them.
You have the heart of a merchant. You have.
There we go. It always happens, man. Every time. Do I want to recruit a general here right now? Do I think they're going to turn around is the question. I mean, attacking into Milan with this is pretty rough because they're not going to have any... They don't have any siege weapons. They won't be able to go in right away. I'm going to take the risk. Oh, here we go. Caesar, my man, let's get you your movement range here. There we go. Okay, this one moved back. This one moved forward. Wow. So here's the thing about auto-resolve in Rome 2. Your cavalry are always the first ones to go. And because we're probably going to have to be marching pretty quickly, I'm going to fight this one out. Cavalry just do not fare well in auto-resolve at all. They're bad. So I'm going to try to keep my cavalry out of the fight completely this time, just to let them not take damage, and then we'll just tank them with the legions and knock them down. It should be fine. A lot of the time in Rome 2, when it comes to auto-resolve or not auto-resolve, and the decision you're making, it's based on how much damage are my cavalry going to take, or how many losses are the cav going to get. Because cavalry are important. They're very important in Rome 2. They're important in pretty much every Total War game, but... So we are on this map here. This is kind of a funny map. You have this high ground, and you can just defend here all day, because you have this narrow choke point here, and then you have another choke point here. So you could just sit here if you wanted to. We are pretty overwhelming here, so we don't have to do that. So let's get my horsemen. I'm just going to put him over here. Just get him out of the way. Let's get you guys over here. I'm going to put the artillery over here. So let's do that. Fire at will, standard round, that's fine. Let's put them on guard mode here so they don't start chasing things around. And that's right, Caesar. This is not, like I said, I've been playing a lot of Warhammer, like Warhammer 2, Warhammer 3, where your general is a living god, and especially, I was playing Grimgore, I streamed a Grimgore playthrough. And he can solo everything. You just send Grimgore in, and he just spins around and blows up an army. Here, Caesar catches one arrow, and it's like, see, your general has been wounded. You got to be very careful with your general, although sometimes you really need to get them in there, especially if they're cavalry. You know, you want to be able to make use of them. All right, let's get our guys here. Got kind of short range, but I think skirmishers can throw over. Can they throw over? I think slingers can throw over, but maybe not skirmishers. Actually, I think they can't throw over the heads of people, because skirmishers have javelins, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these are javelin bros here. Look at these dumbass clothes. Wearing these little striped shirts. Alright, enough of me yapping. Either way, legionaries also have their pila. So each man is 2 pila here, pilum. Love these boys. Look at them. Look at that chainmail. Love to see it. This is before the time of the Lorica segmentata, so the plate mail you're probably used to seeing wasn't really common here, so I'm not going to see that. We have our onagers here. Look at them go. There they go, and then we have our ballistae over here. The big boys.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
We don't have any scorpions this time, but that's alright. Alright. I should be directing these. A lot of cav. Wait, a lot. Can I move up here now? Okay. Ooh, good hit there. Good, good, good. There you go. Let's just keep shooting at the blob as they're coming in. See if we can get some good hits. Have the cavalry take that. Oh, we hit one of the villages here. How are we doing here? It's kind of a blob right here, but that's okay. We are way outnumbering them. We might be unable to fire on these guys here. It's kind of bugging out when we're zoomed out here. Let's go. Let's move in on them. Yeah, we are hitting them. Alright, legionaries, go ahead and move in. And they are kind of blobbing in on us, which is fine. I'm okay with this. And it looks like we are getting some shots off here. Alright, we defeated their cav. We might as well bring our cav over here just to disperse their archers or their slingers, whatever they are. And we'll just let them blob up here. We are getting some kills on these guys. Yep, that was a good one. Okay, let's stop shooting with the,
Warriors ready! One of our units has used all its ammunition.
They don't default to running, so you have to either double-click it or you have to click the unit speed. Okay, let's get in there. How are you guys doing? Fresh. It says you're losing. I don't believe you.
Romans ready for duty.
Okay, the infantry should break immediately.
Warriors!
Let's go ahead and run you guys in. There we go. They are broken.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Legionaries! Melee infantry!
Okay, let's replace you guys here. And then we'll run you back.
Pull back! Swift horsemen!
Cycle our cavalry out. Put you guys in.
One of our units has used all its
They
ammunition.
are getting absolutely cooked. Let's continue. Let's kill whoever we can. Kill their general if we can. Okay, you guys can stay back.
Legionaries! At the devil!
There we go. We're hitting our own horses here with that, but that's alright.
Battle ready!
All this to save that cavalry damage, and I'm hitting my own horses. Classic. Alright, let's speed this up. Could chase a few of them down with Caesar, but... Did we get their general? Actually, don't think we did. Alright, good enough. Alright, there we go. Victory for us. And we should restore some health next turn. That'll get us into a good position. 113 kills for this cavalry commander. 127 kills for the ballista. Ballista are very good. So it wasn't a ballista, but there's a very famous story about a legionary who was manning a scorpion, right? A scorpion is like a smaller ballista. It's still mounted. It's got like a mount, and then it's like a... It almost looks like a 50 cal on the back of a truck, right? You have a swivel, and you can kind of pivot it around, and it has sights on it. And this was during the Civil War. This was in Africa, but it was Africa in Caesar's Civil War was basically the end of the Civil War. It's the last stand of the Pompeians. This is after Pompey had died. And there was an enemy commander who was riding his horse, and he got off, and I guess they were taunting the Caesarian forces, and the Scorpion officer actually fired. And he pinned the cavalry officer to his own horse. Because he had gotten off his horse, you're standing in front of it, and went straight through his chest and pinned him to his horse. And killed them both. It's amazing. Do I want the slaves? Probably not, because it's going to cause more public order issue. In fact, this is probably what got our public order, you know, a little bit cooked. Oh wow, he actually had enough to get away there. Alright, we should have a rebellion here. We do. He's not really going to be a threat for a couple turns here. So let's get... Is he in range? I'm going to get this guy over here. There we go. Okay, we need to get rid of this guy. Go ahead and just auto-resolve this one. Okay. Just kill him. Let's get Caesar back into town. So Turicum is a blacksmithing settlement here. Where do I want to go? Let's get a meeting place. So we can level up our troops now. So like Caesar, you can see we have an upgrade available. So it gives them level 1 armor, level 1 weapons. It's $100 to do. So we can go ahead and do that if we wanted.
Ready for battle.
We can do it for these guys if we wanted to. Now he is on forced march, so we can't actually level him up. This guy is taking attrition. He's on force march, so it says he's in range here, but he might not be. I'm actually not sure. Either way, we'll try to handle it as we can. I could recruit a general in here. But I also don't want to really lose the general here. We'll see what he does. And then we'll have to handle this, so we'll probably send Caesar back to do that. Getting up Caesar's army and leveling up is pretty important, so we might spend our money doing that as well. And let's get our... Who's our public order guy here? Let's get marriage to Julia going on for Pompey. We've got quite a lot of money. Now, you could get an amphora maker here, but I actually think the jeweler is just really good. So I'm going to wait until we research the jeweler. Getting the cows isn't bad because we are getting some cow effects here. Cow effects. Yes, I said it. And I'm actually going to get a workshop here. Maybe not the most efficient use of the city, but this will let us just recruit full armies here and send them straight to the north for now, which is going to be nice. Which means, yeah, let's get some cows. And we got money, so I'm fine with us doing this. We can get a... Could get a mine here. Just for the money. Alright. Vacanti is happier with us than Massilia. Massilia is upset because of the Vacanti here, so... But, I mean, the Vacanti should lose this. Are they... Did they make peace? It looks like they made peace. It's always nice. We have... Somehow these guys have not declared war on us yet. I am... Color me shocked. And we got to level someone up here. So we've got Legio 2, which we're going to get up to... That's right. Do I want to get this, or do I want to go ahead and get the logistics? I'm going to get the logistics first. Just more replenishment, get people back in action faster. It's very important. And then our dignitary leveled up here. He got a sacrificer, which is not the best. That's okay. And then strict gives you plus 5% tax rate in local province, but -1 public order. This is totally fine. We want that money. So let's see if they take Milan, or if they go... If they go for Vasellum, we'll probably lose Vasellum, but I think we could take it back. Oh, they actually came. Wow. Oh, that's right. They start with ladders, don't they? This is interesting. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold this, but we'll see. We shall see. Their army isn't exactly high quality here, but this is the typical Gallic swarm tactics. You never know. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my horsemen move out through this gate here. When I stream Rome 2, when I do it sometimes, my plebs are my favorite unit. And I always call them Pleb Team 6. My gravy seals right here. They're awful, but sometimes that pleb flank can just get them. Yeah, you gotta trust the plan. Sometimes the plebs just can turn the tide of battle. Oftentimes they're just useless, but man, sometimes you get that pleb victory and it feels amazing. All right. So let's go ahead and get our ranged units up here. Raw to you too. They probably won't come into this area here, but we'll see. I do want to get legionaries up here, because legionaries should really deal with the people climbing the ladders very well. Vigiles not so much. Same with the Levy Freeman, but Secundus is here as well. I'm actually going to put Secundus up here. I'm going to put the Levy Freeman on the wall as well. I'm going to get one of the... I'm I'm gonna get you guys right here, and then we're gonna just put you guys here and then rotate you as we need you. We'll probably end up bringing you guys up as the enemy comes in. Okay, the cavalry, I'm gonna put them on. They're already on hotkey 3. Let me put you guys on 2, and then we'll just see how this goes. Our legionary should be doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Horsemen!
Okay, we're gonna get you guys out. All right. So I love the city layouts here. Especially the Roman cities just look very nice. We got kind of the lovely pillars here. Got like a little market bazaar going on over here. It's just, it feels like a proper city. This is, well, not this, but you know, for the most part. Now, it's probably better to take these guys off here. In fact, I would almost rather flank with these guys and try to get them from behind, but we'll see. We'll take some pot shots at them and see what we can do. We do have flaming shot with these guys. I totally forgot we had that. Maybe we can set their ladders on fire. We will find out. Horsemen, you guys can come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 archer units here. The Celtic slingers, they're the youths. Excuse me, 5. There's one here as well. They're more annoying than anything else, so we'll see.
Skirmishers! Ready for battle! Now!
Right.
Skirmishers! Deadly
Let's get you guys up down.
Warriors, move out! Ready!
And we want to try to intercept these as soon as they come up, or else the archers are going to get stuck. Which looks like they are getting stuck already. Alright, let's get you guys in here.
Yours to command!
Let's move you guys over.
Romans, ready for duty! Attack their position!
And let's start attacking these guys. How are you guys doing over here? They are firing at us, but I think they might be hitting their own people as they do this.
Warriors eager for blood!
Okay, let's make sure our archers are retreating. Don't want them to get, not archers, but you guys know what I mean.
Orders!
Our ranged units. Let's put them on normal ammo here.
Understood. We will pierce their hearts.
Let's get you guys to move back a little bit, actually.
Levy Freeman!
Alright, Levy Freeman, let's get you guys in. And they are, I don't think they're attacking our front gate at all here. So let's move you guys up. I'm gonna actually put you guys right here. Here comes the second group. Okay, this is good. But their general is still back here, so I'm not able to flank with my cav just yet. We'll move them up a little bit further. How are we doing?
Levy! Our general is under attack.
You should be okay. Okay, let's get you to attack their ranged units.
Skirmishers!
Okay, good. We are doing some good damage to the short swords here.
Levy Freeman! They will bleed for
We're gonna bring these guys up. Okay, these guys are breaking. Very good. You guys, I'm gonna move up here, and then we'll trade you out once these guys are out of ammo. Okay, you guys can start attacking. Okay, yeah, these guys are broken. Very cool.
Levy Freeman!
Keep going in. Getting a chain route here would be very nice.
Proud Romans all! Melee infantry ready!
How you guys doing? You're active.
Brave Romans to a man! Legionaries! Vigile! Orders?
Let's see if we can flank these guys as they're coming down.
Break the lines!
There we go.
Infantry at your command!
Make sure everyone's attacking as they can.
Melee troops awaiting orders!
These legionaries are losing a lot.
Skirmisher!
Okay, their general's up here, so let's try to get that.
Missile-armed warriors! Freemen! Melee warriors!
Okay, I'm gonna move my Celtic warriors up.
Ready! Sons
Okay, these guys are
of
winded,
Mars!
so let's switch them out.
Ready for duty!
The men are wavering.
I'll tell them to stop it. Oh, it's my cavalry. I totally forgot about him. Rip. That's alright. We got, we did some damage to their slingers.
Melee infantry!
Okay, we're gonna switch you guys up.
Legionaries! Commander!
Okay, move you guys back. Move you guys up. Let these guys
Vigile!
recover a little bit.
One of our units has used all
Alright,
its
pleb,
ammunition.
pleb team 6 here. It's gonna be our saviors, as is tradition.
Vigiles! Yours to command. Vigiles!
Levy Freeman!
Alright, plebs, where are you? Oh, you're coming this way.
Skirmisher!
Okay, our skirmishers are out of ammo.
Melee troops!
Can I actually get you guys down here? Okay, good. You guys are gonna go that way.
By your command!
Jupiter gives us strength! By your command!
Okay, let's get you guys out. And what we're gonna do
Brave Romans to a man!
is we're gonna send these guys over here and then these guys over here. Just try to break them up.
Skirmishers! Cut them down! We will pierce their hearts!
Let's get you guys up here. And we'll just go ahead and try to do as much damage as we can over here. Their general is taking damage pretty decently. Here comes the plebs.
Sons of Mars!
Levy! Skirmishers!
Okay, let's get you guys out of the way here.
Warriors,
Your
move out!
orders! Move out!
Let's get you guys up here.
At speed!
Vigiles!
Skirmishers!
Vigiles! Legionaries!
Fearless warriors!
Get in there.
Legionaries! Orders! Your orders! Ready and waiting!
Alright, there you guys go.
Commander!
Let's get you guys back.
Your command!
Battle ready!
Get you guys out.
Curse you!
And we just want to try to get these guys to break. Ooh, the plebs, not the plebs. Plebs are awful, but I still love them. You gotta love your plebs. You gotta take care of your plebs.
Spears ready! Vigile! Commander! Cut them down! Ready and waiting! Hack them down!
Alright, what are we at here? 35 out of 160 for these guys.
Melee infantry at your command!
Keep attacking, bros.
Levy Freeman!
Move you guys up a little bit.
Jupiter gives us strength! Vigiles!
Move you guys right here. We're starting to push them back. I think we could probably fast forward this and be okay.
Our men flee the field of battle!
It's alright, plebs. Do your best. You're doing great. I believe. Okay, we got these guys to retreat.
Spearmen ready for orders.
Let's get up here. And then we could try to march up and come up the stairs and hit them, which would be kind of funny.
Legionaries, break the lines!
These guys are starting to break. How are we doing? Very tired. You guys are fresh. Okay, let's switch it up. Move you guys back. Move you guys up. Okay, let's try to get up here. Let's move you guys up. Yeah, there we go. Now we're coming up the stairs and starting to hit them. Perfect.
Ready for battle.
Ah,
One of our units
these guys still had some ammo.
ammunition.
Very cool. Move up, move up. Get in there, gents. You can do it. All right, they are completely routing now.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Let's make sure we can intercept these guys as much as possible. All right, this is very cool. These guys are starting to break. Yep, they're all starting to break. Amazing. If we can get their general, I'd be very happy. There we go. Oof. Doesn't let me chase him down, but that's all right. All right. Very good. He's going to be taking attrition, and even though we won't be able to go chase him down, he's going to be losing for attrition, so I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and we'll just release this time. Lands open to the enemy of Milan. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and recruit. Let's get 4 legionaries. I think we can do 5. Oh yeah, we can do 5 at a time. That's sorry. I forgot. Okay. Anywho. Caesar. I gotta force march up this way. Even though I don't want to. So these guys, no matter who they attack, they should lose. They're just really badly damaged. I want to get another dignitary here. So we can start to get more money. You can see our money situation is looking very good. And we want to get our manipular barracks as well, because that lets us get our legionary cavalry, which isn't the best, but it's good enough. It's better than light horses. Okay. You surprisingly did not level up there, but that's all right. Come on, there we go. Not declaring war on us, son. The Remi are still alive. That's shocking. Vangionis, they're part of the German allies here. This is actually kind of a peaceful game so far, all things considered. Minus this guy actually going into Insubria, but all things considered, it could be a lot worse. This is a problem. Kind of tempted to raise an army here, actually. Let's see. Levy Freeman. Levy Freeman actually have a little bit more health than Visualize. I'm just gonna get a bunch of guys here just in case Caesar doesn't get here in time. Just to help with the defense. And we can try to push this up to level 2. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. Okay. So we're going to have our second dignitary. Our spy is in position
How can I be of assistance?
to ready start spying on to start spying on the Germans. probably get a champion here that might be good to embed with an army. Wish they could take part in the battles like a Total War Warhammer guy, but that's alright if they don't.
Our warriors thirst for your blood and hunger
A
for your
non-aggression
weapons.
pact. They
Perhaps
want
they can be
$1,100
distracted
for it.
by gold.
This is interesting. I don't think I've ever been approached for a non-aggression pact from one of these guys. Do I want to pay for non-aggression here? Do I really care what happens to Narbo right now? I kind of don't. Oh, they're coming back. Alright, well, that's, we shouldn't lose the cavalry here, but we'll see. Okay, thank God. I was worried there for a second. Alright, we didn't get attacked. Which is good. Let's move Caesar. Are you going to be in range for an ambush here? I kind of have to do this, though. Even if they ambush us, though, this is a half stack here. We might be able to defend that. Should be okay.
Ready for orders. At your command.
Some fool has been caught defacing the Temple of Jupiter. Such matters should not be taken lightly. Let's just punish more stuff. I don't think this stuff actually matters. You don't have the, you don't have the usual stuff in this campaign. By that, I mean the usual politics stuff, which is interesting. Okay, Shrine of Jupiter, Shrine of Minerva. Usually I go for Shrine of Minerva here. I like the extra research rate, which is nice. And I'm going to go ahead and get a auditorium here for the extra public order. And you, good sir, got to level up, it looks like. There we go. 1 cunning plus 5% armor for all units. We'll go ahead and get that. Technology. What do I want to get here? Let's get this upgrade to the trading post. I'm gonna actually get this so we can start making use of some things here. Let's get what do we want to do here. We can get whatchamacallits here now. We can start to get cavalry here, which is gonna be good. And then let's get a market settlement here. Let's improve our mine. And that should help us out quite a bit. Okay. We'll make this our last turn here of the I almost said the stream today. I'm not streaming, I'm recording for YouTube. Shame on me. Okay, they didn't actually attack us in. Perfect. Attack into us. They're still here. So Caesar, let's see if he's actually going to be in range. I just want to check. Not quite in range, but he is in reinforcement range. So that's good to know. So we can save it here. So yeah, I think we're going to be continuing this campaign. It's quite a fun one. If we look at the map here, we'll see if anything's changed dramatically here. Which one's my diplomacy map? There we go. So, you know, we still have our strong western block here that really is going to prevent any problems. Narbo hasn't died yet, which is nice. Usually I'm sacrificing that pretty early. And Helvetia is secure. So we have kind of a nice start to this campaign. And if you guys like it, let me know. Let me know. It helps out the channel. If you guys are commenting, liking the video. I want to keep doing some Rome content and then some Total War content, which we are now doing pretty regularly on the stream. So twitch.tv/AuthorValentine if you like the Total War style game. If you like talking the history and that good stuff, you can follow the channel there as well. Alright guys, well thank you so much for joining me. I'll be recording more of these soon to keep up with the series. And until next time, have a good rest of your days, mornings, and evenings as they may be. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.